And welcome back to more Let's Play Ace Attorney Dual Destinies. I am the Max of Few Trades. In the last part, we have a very interesting situation on our hands indeed. So we went to Themis Academy, and Athena properly met her childhood best friend Juniper. We're actually seeing that story unfold, which is awesome. And there's a lot going on. Phoenix was supposed to have himself a little bit of a, guest speaker role, but then, shock among shocks, a murder ends up happening. A professor is dead, and that really sucks. And Juniper gets arrested because the crime is exactly how she wrote it out in her script for a crime, which... that's unfortunate. So we're gonna have to untangle that mess. We also... complicating things is the whole little issue she's having with her two other best friends who, well, I'm currently theorizing the theme for them is the fact that every single one of them is hiding some sort of factor or key aspect of themselves, and that's what's causing all this discord in their hearts about their friendship. And there's also this philosophy thing about the ends justifying the means, or if things should be fair and balanced and cool and chill. So we got all sorts of things going on here, and I am very intrigued. Also, I mean, it's just Athena's first case. She's the lead. Apollo's going to be helping, but she's the lead, and that's wonderful. So let's do our best for her. Let's go. Ugh. My butterflies have butterflies in their stomach. Ugh. The nervousness is so bad it's somehow managed to border on cannibalism. That's horrible. So, what's it like to have your very own case for the first time? You'd know! My heart hasn't raced this fast since I ran that full marathon last year. God dang. If it keeps up, you might get a lawyer's high. Like a runner's high. Wait. Is that a thing? Are you saying that's a thing, or are you hoping that's a thing for her? Either way, I don't think that's gonna happen. Relax. Everyone's nervous their first time. In all aspects. Also, hey, it's Creepy Smile Man. So my fears weren't unfounded. After all, today's prosecutor is so terribly brutal. And willing to use any means necessary to win a conviction. Yeah, that's not good. I don't like that you constantly be telling people to do that. And there's that end justifies the means concept again. Now that it has come to this, don't smile at me, you freak! We have no choice but to fight fire with fire. The end justifies the means. Yes, so go ahead and just commit crimes. Do it all over the place. Ha ha ha. No! I ain't doing that! I wish he'd stop saying that. It's getting kind of annoying. That's your method, Professor. I'm gonna defend Juniper in my own way. But Miss Sykes, that's stupid. I think you're stupid. Just yesterday you told me. As a lawyer, what is it that you treasure beyond all else? That's an easy one, Professor. Seeking justice for my clients. Yeah, but not in a criminal way. Come on. But if this trial proceeds in the same manner and ends in the same way as the mock trial, yes, with the prosecution absolutely annihilating the defense, but you make it sound like we haven't gone up against odds like this before. Granted, you probably don't know nothing about anything, but that's besides the point. You're about to learn! Would you not lose everything you've worked so hard to gain? Saying that with a smile like that does very little to make me, not think there's something up with you. Well, I'll just have to make sure that doesn't happen then, won't I? I'll be entirely honest. I was under the impression, at least for a little bit there, that, one of the main issues, going through Juniper and her friend group is the fact that, one of her friends probably was the killer. But I mean, if you're just gonna keep showing up, looking that creepy, with that freaky-ass smile and going on, yes, have you considered crimes today? Well, I'm just saying, usually... Usually these things kind of don't go so cut and dryly, and you have to work pretty hard to find the actual culprit. So I don't know. Suddenly I'm side-eyeing you. That's all I'm saying. My, but aren't you a stubborn one? Well, I suppose you'll have to learn of your own efficiency the hard way. Then again, they are laying it on extraordinarily thick. So that could be an attempt to make me think something when it's actually not the case. So Ace Attorney can be a very tricky franchise. Sometimes it's the obvious route, sometimes they make you think it's the obvious route so they can trick you, and then sometimes they make you think it's so obvious that it can't possibly be that, and you try to find any other way to get around the obvious answer when it was the obvious answer. So you never really know what it is you're supposed to be doing until you're in the moment. It's well written is what it is. Yeah, it's like, you're openly making me not like this dude. Forgive me, Professor Means, but can we just leave it at that? You're riling her up. You're making her angry. Oh dear, please forgive me. It's just, I wish to protect Juniper by any means I can. I feel like, I kind of wanted to give him, this sort of, stoic voice, but with that goddamn smile. I do too, but... Now, if you would excuse me. My God. Ugh. Thanks to him, I'm feeling even more pressure than before. And I feel almost like I should be committing crimes. Don't let it get you, Athena. And don't forget to keep smiling. Your smile is astronomically less disturbing than that goddamn statue guy. And I'm talking about Athena specifically. Apollo's on screen. His smile is good. That's $1 million smile too. But Athena's is a million plus 2. That's all I'm saying. I'll be fine. And I haven't forgotten what Mr. Wright said. Mostly because he's standing right next to me. The worst of times are when lawyers have to force their biggest smiles. The trial is about to begin. I'll show you to the courtroom if you please. Oh, also, we're gonna cross-examine a gal inside a cardboard box. I'm looking forward to that. Hello. Apollo, I'm counting on you to support Athena this time. Yeah, I guess this is Apollo's first time being counsel, which is neat. Okay, Mr. Wright, leave it to me. That's right. I have Apollo to back me up. Judy's fate rests in my hands. And I won't rest until she walks free. You can do this, Athena, and not just because I know that you have to have ultimately won, because, the first case of the game takes place after this, and we saw Ginny and she wasn't in prison, so we know everything works out, but that's besides the point! You can do it, Athena, I believe in you! I put everyone in their normal costumes again, right? Yeah, okay. I just hadn't seen Athena in a while. It's like, did I miss one? No, I didn't. Court is now in session for the trial of Juniper Woods. Athena Sykes, defense team leader, is ready, Your Honor. Ooh, that didn't sound very confident. You sure you're okay? I'm working on it, okay? Oh, I'll be fine. Welcome to Pizza Hut, let me guess. Pizza? Oh. Your baldness. I know. As usual, you want me to deliver the opening statement because you're lazy. Jesus, what now? This case is crystal clear. I see no need to explicate it any further. Explicate? Anyway, now, summon the witness. Is there something the matter? Please do share your baldness. So we're just straight up not getting an opening statement at all? Whatever gave you that idea? Bailiff, please call our first witness. And now we don't even get an opening statement. Why? Hello, Fulbright. Detective Fulbright. He and Prosecutor Blackwell have become quite the team. So they have. Oh, right, the case brief. Leave it to me. He was waiting to be told. Yes, let the detective in charge, everyone's favorite friend of justice, explain. What was that just now? It's like he and Blackwell are totally in sync, and not in the back streets at all. And they're not giving each other the 98 degree. What am I doing? Well, I don't think they're capable of mind melding, if that's what you're thinking. No, neither of them have the discipline to be a Vulcan. All right, Detective Fulbright, would you please explain the case to the court? Professor Court's body was discovered on October 24th at approximately 2:30 p.m. She was murdered with this all I have here. That's right, I'm holding it. The victim's blood and the defendant's prints were both discovered on it. Well, that sucks. That is terrible. All right, oh. Ah, burn in my face, burn in my face, burn in my face! Okay, well, I guess we have the autopsy now, too. Anyway, blood loss from a deep stab wound in the victim's side. Interesting. Wonder what organ it hit. Wow, that bird can deliver evidence, too. Blackwell's trained him well. Apollo, you've seen Taka do that. Also, it's weird seeing you at this angle. Maybe Blackwell should train it not to mess up people's hair while he's at it. Not her hair! He's so nice and pretty. Moving right along, we've got good news, but not good times. The body was discovered on the outdoor stage, although no blood was found there. However, we detected traces of a massive amount of blood in the third floor art room. In short, the murder took place in the art room. So, then the body had been moved from the art room to the stage. Precisely! And there is one more piece of irrefutable evidence. A recording made by a tape recorder that a school paper reporter hid in the art room. Now, we know what you're thinking. That's incredibly creepy and weird, but it helps us out, so we're just going to pretend it's not a problem. It captured a female voice screaming, "You're a goner." Was it? You have such a recording? Is there any utterance of the words, "You're a goner," inside the script? Maybe she was, I don't know, reading through it at the time? I don't know. Must be from that tape recorder Myriam mentioned. Why is this the first time we've heard of a death threat at the moment of the murder? Shush! Silence, please! I would like to play the tape for you now. Maybe it's not actually her. All right, well, we don't actually get any voice for this. It's interesting that that's quite literally the only words we hear. What is the implication that she just kind of marched into the room, went, "You're a gunner," and then started stabbing? That seems poor form. It's quite hard to hear. But the voice does sound female. All right, so we can't determine that it's Juniper, just that it's of a female sort. Okay, all right. The noise and low volume of the voice have made voice print analysis all but impossible. Turns out this reporter cheaps out on their gear. Then, you haven't identified the voice as belonging to the defendants. Not so fast! After all, voice print analysis isn't everything. Allow me to bullcrap some other excuse. The victim was killed at night, then discovered in the afternoon the next day. Oh, that's unfortunate. The question is, when was the body moved? I know! It could have been moved in the middle of the night when no one was around. Sorry, but no, stupid! The campus was full of students that morning. However, no one reported seeing a body. That means the body was moved sometime before the mock trial when all the students and faculty were gathered in the lecture hall and the rest of the campus was empty. Rabbit affair! It was during this time Hugh O'Connor, one of the mock trial participants, found the body. So the prosecution heard about Hugh seeing the body. I mean, that doesn't shock me at all. Wait one moment. If all of the students and faculty were gathered in a lecture hall, then there wouldn't have been anyone who could have moved the body. Ha ha ha! Have no fear, for there is always an exception. An exception? Yeah, wait, no, wouldn't Juniper have been there too? She was part of the trial. The 3 mock trial participants were standing by in individual dressing rooms. They were the only ones who had free access to the deserted campus before the mock trial. What? Well, then that would mean that it would have to be one of them. What would that mean? And it would have to be one of those 3 students. Those 3 students were the only ones who could have moved the body. And just as we trust! I don't like where this is headed, Athena. Yeah, me neither. And by those 3, I mean Hugh O'Connor, Robin Newman, and Juniper Woods.
I knew it.
Please, Detective Fulbright, don't say what I think you're about to say. Oh, you know he about to do it. In Justice We Trust! I take it everyone understands now. The voice believed to be that of the murderer was female. And out of the 3 people who could have moved the body, just 1 is a girl. I have theory about that one. Because, I mean, it can't be Juniper. So... just saying. That leaves the defendant, Juniper Woods, as the only possibility. No! It's okay, Athena. It's okay. We can do this. Impressive. He has you on the ropes even before any cross-examinations. I thought you were on my side. What the heck, Apollo? You could at least pretend to be upset for me. Ah, butts. A splendid job, Fulbright. That could not be any clearer. And yet, not so good a job that you're ever going to say his actual name. Feel free to anticipate a salary raise next month, but not his name? Ha ha ha! I don't do this for the money. It's all about justice! In justice we trust! Okay, fine, then you don't get more money. Not only a half-wit, but a perennial stick in the mud you are. Perennial? Oh boy. Words I'm not sure of! I guess neither the carrot nor the stick works on Detective Fulbright. He cares not for carrots or sticks, he simply wants justice! Now, bailiff, please bring our next witness to the stand. She gets to keep the buck. Yeah, okay, of course she does! Okay, sure. So, our first witness is a cardboard box? Apparently. She had to have shuffled down there in the first. Yeah, like, come on. All right, there you go. Stealth mode deactivated. Oh, my, the box has hands and glowy eyes. Whoa, hello. Smile, Your Honor. Oh, I'm pretty sure you're not allowed to do that in here. What the dickens? I've just had my picture taken. That steals your soul. Ah! Myriam Scuttlebutt, senior at the Legal Academy. I'm a reporter on the judge course. Juniper's been a bad, bad girl. I'll tell you all about her crimes. Might I ask whether you could come out of that box? How will I get any more scoops if I blow my cover? So the answer is no. After all, covert action is an undercover reporter's bread and butter. Huh, okay. Huh, but testimony from a faceless witness is highly irregular. This happened after the orca, right? A former ninja I met in the clink said that exposing those who work in the shadows is to pass the death sentence upon them. Oh my, I never thought of it that way. Oh, very well. If it would spare a life, I'll make a special exception this time. Whoo! Okay. A former ninja in prison? Holy Shinto! How could the judge believe this load of crock? Athena, we've experienced quite a bit of outlandish things in just the time you've been part of this law firm. So, I don't know, a ninja being in prison doesn't sound that crazy to me. Now, your testimony, please. Oh, but take care not to reveal your face. Oh my god. Oh my god. All right. Okay, what do we got here? The similarity of the case and the script. The murder happened exactly like Juniper's mock trial script. Up until the mock trial began, only Professor Court and Juniper knew the script's content. But Professor Court's sudden decision not to use the script sparked Juniper's murderous rage. Juniper has to be the killer. She has a motive and the murder is just like her script. Ah. The murder is just like her script. Could such a thing be true? Compare her script with the murder case and crime scene photos. Then you'll see. You be delivering that evidence all up over the place. This is so simple, even an ape posing as a decrepit old judge could understand. He's not an ape, don't be rude. Only the victim and the defendant were privy to the script. Ergo, the defendant is the killer. Yeah, but also you gotta take into account that, I mean, like, if it were me writing a script for something of this, you know, caliber and whatnot, I don't know. I would probably run it by at least somebody I know, you know, just to, if there's no other reason than to make sure it gets, like, you know, spell checked and whatnot. I'm terrible at spelling. Anyone who knows me can vouch for that. Furthermore, in the art room where the crime supposedly occurred, this witness's script, along with an envelope on which "use" was written, were found. This proves that the accused's script had been rejected the day before the mock trial. She pressed the victim to use her script, an argument ensued, and then the fatal stabbing. That is a horrendously petty reason to murder anybody. I know that petty murders happen all the time, so I won't question it further, but that would be a very lame motive. That makes perfect sense. What now? Prosecutor Blackwell has all his ducks lined up in a row. He's really on a roll now. He's like a pit bull once it sinks its teeth into you. Pit bull eating another baby. How dare she? My script had it all. A bum rap and phony evidence, grudges and betrayals. I trust the defense is ready to cross-examine the witness. Yeah, sure, why the heck not? No problem. Yeah, what? Yeah. Woo! Yeah, let's go. Time to find a hole in her testimony and unbox the truth. Hey, y'all, it's Athena. Another unboxing here. All right. I've seen it done over and over. I know I can do this. I would certainly hope. Okay. So I don't notice any obvious contradictions. Can I take a quick look-see-loo at my aviance? Okay, so this is all I've got. All right, so then it shouldn't be too terribly hard, I would imagine. Okay, all right. I think maybe I should be doing the presents. There must be places where the script and this case diverge, just statistically. Cack! Don't sweat the details. That kind of stress will give you wrinkles. Ha! You think, but I moisturize. I'm not worried. My skin is as fair as silk. Dang straight it is.
Objection.
Anyway. Indeed, you are quite fair. Fairly desperate. Damn, he really got us on that one, Athena. I can't even pretend. Damn. Okay, well, that's...
Objection!
Oh, what? What did you just say? Blackwell really turned that one around on you. Are you on my side or not, Apollo? Yeah! Hurry up and think of a clever comeback! Whoa, easy there, Athena. Yeah! Now you listen to me. The two cases do indeed have their differences. Okay, all right, so I was meant to be pressing. Good. For one, the stage hadn't yet been erected in the mock trial script. And in the actual case, there were signs indicating the victim's wrists had been bound. Well, I mean, I feel like that could have also been in the script, but, you know, for the sake of the photo, you know, she kind of had to hold the arrow in place, right? I mean, that would just make sense to me, anyway. But such differences pale in comparison to the host of similarities. In any event, replicating the crime without knowledge of this script is an impossibility. I think it's just an improbability. But I don't think I'm gonna convince anybody of that. Looks like I won't be passing this off as a coincidence. What a total burn. Try again, why don't you, Pawn of Woods? Pawn of Woods? Oh, Pawn, okay, sorry. I thought you were trying to do a weird pun, but that didn't work. No, you were just, you're just calling me like a chess piece. Gotcha. Up until the mock trial began, only Professor Court and Juniper knew the script's contents. Can we be certain of that? Somebody could have stolen a peek beforehand. I don't think so. I mean, I tried any number of times. Shame on you, Myriam! But that crafty she-devil Juniper has eyes in the back of her head. What chance does your average person have if an undercover reporter like me failed? Okay, but what if it was one of her close friends? Interesting point. Still, Miss Scuttlebutt, won't you get in trouble later for admitting to such underhanded tactics? What, like, I plead entrapment! You're literally in a box! How is you blurting out your own crime entrapment? Cack! But you haven't scooped me yet! They were all set to use Juniper's script. Alright, let's just keep pressing. But Professor Court's sudden decision not to use the script sparked Juniper's murderous rage.
Hold it!
Can we get like a psychological evaluation of the defendant? Because I'm gonna be honest with you, I sincerely doubt she has a history of even implying such things. How do you know that Professor Court wasn't going to use her script? There in the art room where the heinous crime took place, an envelope marked Use and Myriam Scuttlebutt's script were found. Okay. Couldn't she have just messed with that though? Evidently, the script that was going to be used belonged to the girl in the box over there. It's only, I don't even know, is that how the best way to verbalize that laugh? Anyway, it's only natural that my script would be accepted and hers rejected. I introduced all sorts of brand new concepts, including bribery and fake evidence. It was a cutting-edge script portraying a courtroom battle in the dark age of the law. I can't help but feel Professor Court went out of her way not to use it. It sounds overcomplicated is what it sounds like. But Juniper, she used some devious, underhanded tactics to get her script chosen. Was it at all possible that her devious, underhanded tactics were being a better writer than you? That's why your script and not my masterpiece was used in the mock trial. How's that for an explanation? Okay, all right. We got like one more chunk. Yeah, we do. All right. Juniper has to be the killer. She has a motive and the murder is just like her script.
Hold it!
Keep pressing. Anyone who saw the mock trial could have recreated the crime. After they saw the mock trial, they could have easily staged the body just like the script.
Objection!
What are you talking about? Weary is the trial which pits Hawk against Canary. Y'all calling Athena a canary?
Objection!
Is that a coat jab? What did you just say? If he's so weary, he could try hoofing less. I bet that'd save some energy. This is no time for jokes, Apollo! He just called me a canary! Do you have any idea how shameful that is? I can only think of two canaries, Tweety Bird and Canary Mary from Banjo-Tooie, and neither of those are flattering comparisons. Is Big Bird a canary? No, I think he has to be some fictionalized bird. I'll look into it later! Don't let him get to you. At least canaries pick up on things quickly, just like you. Yeah, toxic gas. You know, the canaries generally don't survive that. I shan't repeat myself, so listen carefully, Sykes-Dono. Hugh O'Connor discovered the body before the mock trial even began. How could one stage the body as it is in the script before anyone knew its contents? That's right. Do you even fathom the intricacies that go into staging a crime scene? No, I think not. You have the rudimentary mind of an elementary school child. Why are you such a butthole? Elementary school? Come on, I'm at least in middle. Hey, why? Reporter's testimony throws attorney Athena Sykes for loop. The perfect caption. How marvelous, a photo in the newspaper is just the thing to boost your brand. In a school paper? Seriously? Judge, I would like to say that this is some full-blown kangaroo court bullcrap. I believe you've pressed the witness more than enough, Miss Sykes. Ah, poopy. Thonka thonka. Now do you see how clear-cut my case is? Take it now and in that fair, desperate mind of yours. Etch it deep so you may never forget. No. No! Oh. Even my arguments get thrown back in my face. It wasn't supposed to be like this. What am I going to do? Athena, you should just about have all the answers you've been looking for now. Quah? Think about it this way. If the killer knew the details of the mock trial, would they really commit the crime in the exact same way? Wait, are you implying that we're actually going to use the legal defense of my client wouldn't be that stupid? I'll follow. Try to place yourself in the killer's shoes. I bet you'll discover an inconsistency if you do. Oh, I get it. Thanks, Apollo. Miss Scuttlebutt, just so we're clear, you're claiming that the killer intentionally made the crime scene look just as it was in the script, and that it is beyond the shadow of a doubt not a coincidence. Is that correct? I'm sorry, I have nervous hiccups. No, duh. After all, it's just more evidence of Juniper's evil she-devil ways.
Objection!
All right. But, and it's a butt of buttacular buttosity. What did I say? Our client made the crime scene look just like the script, something known only to her. That would be not just foolhardy, but completely irrational.
What do you mean?
Yes, Miss Sykes, please tell this court what you mean by irrational. Okay, it wouldn't make any sense for Judy to mimic her own script on purpose because it would mean it would spoil the script. No, yeah. The murder scene was the same as it was in the mock trial script. That in of itself is irrational. Cat! What's wrong with them being the same? Yes, Miss Sykes, care to explain what you mean? If I have to. Okay, let's say for argument's sake that Miss Woods is the killer. Not saying that she is, this is for argument's sake. If so, then, what reason would she have to intentionally make the actual murder mimic her own script? Well, that's easy. She was admitting that she was the... Ah! Yeah, see that, there you go, that's right. If she had really done that, it would have been like proclaiming to the world that she was the killer. So what we actually have here is evidence of someone trying to frame our clients. Cack? Oh. Aw. Okay, I was kind of hoping we'd actually see her. Oh, well. The body was found the day of the mock trial. Also, how did they have all that stuff? Anyway, in short, the day the details were revealed. So it would be completely inconceivable for the murder to go exactly like the script. Cack! Don't let it go to your head just yet.
Objection!
What? It would seem Justice Dono's comrade in arms has finally drawn her sword. However, the blade is dull, and it shall remain so until you master its use. Enough with the stupid sword metaphors! Thank you. Everything with this guy is just swords and birds. There's a perfectly good reason for the inconsistency of which you speak. Reason? What reason? Must I spell out everything? Yes, you must. You are what people today call high maintenance. Oh, and you're what people call, these days, an asshole. Thonka. The accused had intended to stop the mock trial, and in that event, nary a soul would have been the wiser to the similarities of the case and script.
Objection!
No, the mock trial was only stopped after the body was accidentally discovered. And I mean, if the idea was to only dump the body where they did at that exact moment when everybody was away, the only times anybody would have been able to find it were after the fact.
Objection!
So no, there is no way to interrupt it. Our witness here had also discovered the body. In fact, she was led to our dearly departed professor by the accused herself. What? Why was that not told? Is that... You go through all this bullcrap about Hugh seeing, why weren't you bringing up the person on the witness stand being the one to see the body? What? Precisely. And with the discovery of the body, the mock trial ought to have been canceled. Wait, so you didn't call the police? Nope, I kept it secret for my big scoop. Is not reporting a corpse a crime? I feel like it might. You can't do that! I made her pay long and hard penance for her sin. Did I not, my little box top? Something about that don't sound right. Compared to the work of a war correspondent, the sheer terror of that was... Oh, God. Jeez. I wonder what the Twisted Samurai did to her. Block off all the holes in her box? And spin her like a top while Detective Fulbright cackled in delight? That's a vivid image. That sounds more nauseating than scary. Well, I mean, if she threw up in the box, it'd be really gross. She couldn't get away. Enough jabbering! Witness, continue your testimony. Ah, heckin' pie. Sure, Mr. Samurai. I'm ready to finish off that she-devil. Oh my god. Okay, alright, sure. What do we got? What's Scuttlebutt saw? I snuck into Juniper's dressing room while everyone was in the lecture hall. Did you now? Juniper had changed into her stage costume. I asked her, "What are you doing?" When suddenly she fled into the hallway, as if she wanted me to follow her. I followed her all the way to Professor Court's body. She led me right to it. I'm positive it was Juniper, because she was wearing the costume that she had made. Hold it! Wait, hang on, didn't we? Oh, also, that's not good. You kind of jumped the gun there. Why did you withhold such key testimony? Also, I don't remember actually. Did we, learn that she didn't get a chance to wear it? I thought she was, like, voiced her disappointment in that or something. I'm not sure, whatever. But why you do that? What's that supposed to mean? Tina, you haven't even started your cross-examination. I know, but her testimony points to her as being a potential suspect. Well, I don't think Prosecutor Blackwell is... No, wait, I bet he's already thought of that. The witness left the lecture hall to sneak into Miss Wood's room before the mock trial. That means she, too, could have moved the victim's body. Cack! The prosecution's claim no longer has any ground to stand on. Declare me the winner! Ah! Burn my face! Burn my face! Burn my face! Now, no need to ruffle your own feathers so. When you squeak like a little brat, it agitates Taka. Do you want him to peck your eyes out? I don't care for you. No thanks. It's been a while since Widget's done that. You listen here. The witness has a perfectly good alibi. And that would be? Oh, yeah, I do. Around the estimated time of death, I was at undercover reporter class. It's right near my home. They give lessons on that? Undercover reporter class? There ain't no way that's legit. The proverbial rug has been pulled from under you. The witness could not be the killer. I mean, I didn't think that she was, honestly. The defense must look before leaping, or at least make sure the rug's secured to the floor. I tried to warn you. No. To be fair, he did. Well, there ends the cross-examination. Let's allow the witness to step down. What do you mean? I didn't do it. What? No, wait a minute. Ah! The defense, I thought the bird was gonna attack it. The defense has no right to cross-examine the witness after that little spectacle. For whatever a man is sowing, this he will also reap. Why can't he say you reap what you sow? Why does he have to overcomplicate things with $50 words? Very well. If the cross-examination is over, I suppose the witness may go home. Perhaps spend some time in her lovely box and recover from today's stressful events. Don't you worry about me, Your Honor. There's no rest for the wicked, or journalists either. And sometimes those aren't exactly mutually exclusive. My third eye's always eyeing a scoop. You seem to be super into journalism for somebody who's trying to become a judge. She's always eyeing a scoop. Well, back to the trenches. Bye-bye. Hold it! Apollo with the save! Not so fast, Miss Scuttlebutt. Apollo? There's just one thing I'd like to ask. Yo, we go Columbo her? Did you take a picture of the victim's body? And if not, why not? Well, that is... No, I didn't take one. I was scared. That would be funny. Well, that's strange. Why wouldn't you take a picture if you're always eyeing a scoop? It's weird seeing Apollo so confident. Cack. Did you or didn't you really see the victim's body? Cack. It's not like I, actually saw it, but... What the devil? Whoa, pulled that one out of the brink. Did you hear that, Your Honor? The witness didn't actually see the body. That completely overturns the prosecution's claim that the witness was led to it. Justice Dono, you dare bear steel at me again? I mean, he has a pretty good track record. He's never lost to you. Oh, who's holding it? Nice try, boy wonder. So what if I guess he is wearing red. So what if I didn't see the body? The fact remains that Juniper led me there. Feast your eyes on this mess! What exactly am I looking at here? Are we doing superheroes now? It's a crucial moment forever frozen in time by my third eye. A photo clearly showing Juniper Woods. All right, so am I gonna be the one to have to point out that this doesn't clearly show anybody? Why did you not tell me of this? It's a shocking scoop I was saving for just the right moment. This girl's got a flair for the dramatic. the amount of mileage they could get out of a character hiding in a box. And that would be now, right here at court. Surprise! What'd I do? All journalists keep their scoops secret until the right moment. She's pretty brave hiding it from Blackwell like that. Or pretty stupid. I was gonna say delusional. Well, this is an unexpected turn. Athena, about this picture, see how it only shows the back of the subject? I sure do, yes. So then, right. Who knows whether this photo shows Juniper in the first place? It's a crap photo.
Objection!
What? A completely irrelevant point. What is completely irrelevant? The fact that we can't actually see the defendant in the photo itself? Are you kidding? What is relevant here is there was someone who did try to lead the witness to the body. Take a gander at this. The route by which the accused escaped. Oh boy. The witness pursued the accused this way after she fled the dressing room. Okay. The accused descended to the first floor and exited to the quad. Then what? Carton Cretan? What happened to Blackstop? Then I tripped and fell. Caught my knee on my own box. She stayed under her box even when running after someone? Sounds difficult. Visibility was impaired. Recalled that the body was already there, for Hugh O'Connor had already seen it. She was trying to show someone the body because she wanted to stop the mock trial. Ow!
Hold it!
What? But if the facts have changed, that's all the more reason to cross-examine the witness. Huh. Well, the defense has a point there. Yeah. All right. It's back on, y'all. That's what it is. Very well. You may proceed with your cross-examination. It seems Justice Dono has saved your pretty little hide, Missy. For now, at least. I gotta be honest, I'm not too big a fan of having, being handheld so dang much. All right. Guess I pulled that off somehow. What, you didn't have confidence in that? You could have fooled me. Thanks, Apollo. You're a lifesaver. I mean, I do appreciate it, obviously, but still. Incidentally, my compliments to the witness for her very fine box. It's primo cardboard. Lovingly selected from many among... Oh! Uh-oh. Ah, cack! Tell another lie or hide another fact from me. And I shall put it to the torch. Please, anything but that. I love my box. Okay, I think it would be more eco-friendly to recycle it, but that's just me. Yeah, you really shouldn't be burning your garbage. All right, Miss Sykes, you may cross-examine the witness. It's been so long since it actually happened, I barely remember what was even said. What do you want from me here? Okay. Let's see. I snuck into Juniper's dressing room while everyone was in the lecture hall. All right. I don't know if it's relevant to anything or anything, but I kind of just want to ask about that. You said you snuck in, but why would you do something like that? Are you aware if that's being really creepy? Because if I got a big scoop on Juniper, club membership would go through the roof. Right now, the newspaper club only has one member, me. The club's history once I'm gone. Oh, it's gone once I'm gone, yeah. So the Themis Herald's brand recognition is a matter of life and death. Her means may be questionable, but her motive is surprisingly sound. Fair enough. Extra, extra! Students seeking the thrills and chills of expose journalism, report to the club room. This has been a paid advertisement. Anyway, where was I? Never took Myriam for such a go-getter. I mean, honestly, it feels like that's probably one of her prime character qualities here. Anyway, okay, Juniper had changed into her stage costume. I asked her, "What are you doing?" But suddenly she fled into the hallway, as if she wanted me to follow her. I followed her all the way to Professor Court's body. She led me right to it. I'm positive it was Juniper because she was wearing the costume that she had made. All right, well, the obvious thing to check first would be the fact that, actually look at the costume. Yeah, I thought that was the case, but I didn't remember entirely. Yeah, okay, so, no.
Objection!
That ain't the costume. Miss Scuttlebutt's sole basis for identifying our client as the figure in this photo is the fact that it shows someone in Miss Wood's stage costume, which again, we can't even see the damn face of. Well, it is Juniper's costume, so that must be Juniper in it. It's clear cut. No, that's where you're completely mistaken. What? This is a design drawing of our client's stage costume. Oh my, what a wonderful creation. The constellations are extraordinary. Yeah, it's very detailed. I'm glad you noticed, because those stars are precisely what's important here. In the drawing, there are constellations all over the outside of the costume. But there's not a single star on the costume in the photo. If we could find the costume, that would really help, by the way, because otherwise they could just argue, well, maybe she didn't finish it. Oh, that means, what exactly? Your Honor, there were no other blue costumes at the scene. Which leads me to believe that the figure in the photo was wearing our client's costume inside out. Inside out? Why? But why would Miss Woods make a mistake like that? Well, it's not really a matter of why, but rather who made the mistake of putting it on inside out. I mean, I've put on many articles of clothing inside out, but why would anybody be wearing it that incorrectly? Like, it's pretty blatant. Wait, you're not suggesting... Apparently I am, yes. That's right. I'm glad you're catching on. The costume's designer wouldn't put her own costume on inside out. That much is fair. Man, you got a lot of protractors in there. Why do you have so many? Sorry, Miss Scuttlebutt, but doesn't believing you had a scoop when you really didn't make you a failure as a reporter. Ouch. A failure as a reporter? Is that a laptop? Oh, hi! Oh, hello! Oh, why hello, Miss Scuttlebutt. So nice to meet the woman beneath the box. She's actually kind of cute. That's unfortunate. You didn't see nothing!
Objection!
I saw enough. Now, I would have you stop right there, Sykes Dono. Why? I'm doing good things. I'm on a roll here. For it is the why of the matter upon which I would have this court focus. What do you mean? Miss Juniper Woods! Oh, okay, apparently she was also standing there. Yes? What were you doing on the morning of the mock trial? I was in my dressing room, painting my costume in fluorescent paint. Fluorescent paint? My design drawing shows twinkling stars on the costume. I was going to make the costume shimmer like that by painting the inside fluorescent. What? Fluoride? Fluoride in the drinking water? Did your costume have cavities? Because that would help that. Not fluoride, fluorescent, as in glowing. The paint would make it glow in the dark. Yes, so you applied that to the inside of the costume, and then I let it dry for a while because I heard it takes a long time. So I put the costume on my mannequin inside out. Inside out? So then, this is a photograph of the inside out costume taken in the dark. You just have that. Okay. As you can see, there is a heavy layer of paint over the entire inside surface. If someone were to properly don this costume in this state, the wet paint would get all over their body. Why, yes, I believe it would. Indeed. Ergo, the costume was worn the way it was, not by anyone's mistake, but because this was the way it was on the mannequin, inside out. Ah, I never saw that movie. All right, well, that's a crinkle. Figures he'd have a photo. Did we just fall into his trap? Yeah, probably. Yeah, I bet Blackwell had it all planned out. Still, I think you should give this photo a nice long look. Please tell me you found something that doesn't add up. I mean, I did notice the handprints. Check out the chest area. Kinda looks like handprints to me. Yeah, I noticed those. Hey, you're right. But Judy would know better than to touch it while the paint was still wet.
Objection!
Okay, apparently you heard our musings. I believe the term to describe your thought process is wishful thinking? Perhaps. After all, if master painters make mistakes, why not a rank amateur such as the accused?
Objection!
That really doesn't have anything to do with painting skill. So basically you're saying my claim requires evidence to back it up? Evidence? Well, that shouldn't be a problem, right? After all, you've come this far. Okay, I guess. Sure. Just because I've come this far doesn't mean I've thought everything through, though. What? You mean you've just been bluffing? You act like you don't do that! You act like our boss don't do that! Shut it! What did you expect me to do? I'm sick of losing to this guy! But you're right. There's only one thing left to do at this point. And that's to present some evidence. Pronto! Okay. I don't know what, though. A showdown, is it? Showdown! I gladly accept. The fluorescent paint must have stuck to the hands of whoever touched the costume. And that paint should glow in dark places. So I just need to carefully check every last piece of evidence. Okay, I guess. The piece of evidence showing who touched the costume. All right, well, let me take a look at everything, I guess. I can't inspect the arrow. There. Don't see anything here. Paint the side of the costume with fluorescent paint. Leave time to dry. Draw constellations on the outside and make small holes according to the pattern. And, well, why not just paint the constellations in fluorescent, whatever. In the dark, the paint will shine through the holes, bringing the constellations to life. That is cool. That is cool. Just seems a little complicated. Wait, what the goddamn hell? What? Wait, have I never looked at this? I'd like to think I noticed the freaking key blasts that were about to be shot out from the hands over there. Holy crap! All right, here we go. Found it.
Take that!
I found the evidence. A school newspaper? Interesting. Did I never look at that? What? Take a look at the photo where the lights are dimmed and the spotlight is on Miss Woods. Observe Mr. Newman's hands in that photo as he stands at the prosecutor's bench. As you can see, it's glowing, just like Miss Woods' fluorescent paint. It is glowing. Quite brightly, I might add. That's some powerful paint. But why would he put fluorescent paint on his hands for the mock trial, you may ask? Well, the answer is he wouldn't. Not on purpose. It got there when he put the costume on. We got the music flowing! Oh. I mean, that means... What? Oi. It means the figure photographed in the costume was not our client, Juniper Woods. It was her classmate, Robin Newman. What? But I don't think that he's likely to be the culprit because it's never the first. What? I think you were actually able to prove that. What? Well, you never know what's going to happen next. That's the thrill of the courtroom. Yeah. So then, does that mean that Robin is our man? I find it unlikely because it's never the first person we. It's never the first or the second. Eventually, it's got to be someone else. Like this trial would be over too fast. Well, I mean, it's certainly how it looks. Very well. Robin Newman it is! He is here in the gallery, I trust. Show yourself! I challenge you to a duel. I'm going to have to yell a bunch. Oh no. Okay. Sure.